Okay, we're behind the fence. We're behind the fence on the west side of the house. So the south side of the fence. Brick, continuous soffit vents, rain gutters. Rain gutters discharge water above grade and too close to the house. Too close to the structure. So what happens here, and I like the way they laid the blocks out backwards. I had builders tell me all kinds of funny stories. Oh, they crack me up. So, well, the water comes in here and then it spreads out and fans around. No, the block is backwards. You know, you can't win because it's supposed to come out here. It's not supposed to terminate there. So it discharges too close to the house. But if it's out here, you're going to step on it, you're going to mow over it. All those things are going to happen. So how do you get around that? How do you make that work? Well, one way to do it is to take it underground and then it comes out over here. It costs more. But that's how you do it. That's how it's done. Otherwise, it's done wrong. Just saying. Now, around here, we have, and it looks to be, is a swale. You see how the yard comes down like this? Well, the water comes down, it comes away from the house like it's supposed to. That's a good thing. Away from the house, and it moves on around the house and goes out to the street. It's called a swale. And that's by design. So you really don't want to fill that in. Coming along here, this retaining wall, it probably belongs to the community. It's probably a tenancy in common thing because we have one on the other side of the fence and it continues on that side of the fence. It seems to be operating pretty well. I mean, I'm looking at it. I can't see much in the way of movement or problems. I can't see in the ground. I do not know that they use tiebacks or geogrid or how it was installed. I do know, I mean, if you wanted to research this, but after 4 feet, if it's higher than 4 feet, then a building permit would have been required. This part of the wall, a building permit was not required. If we start getting higher and higher, there might be some documentation that permits were pulled. It'd be nice if they were. It'd be real nice if they were. We're wrong. The south side of the house. These windows are double pane vinyl frame with tint. That's your home inspector. Hello. Tinted. Leap weirs. Now this window ledge. Alright. Is that level? It's not supposed to be level. It's supposed to be tilted like these over here. It's supposed to be tilted like these. See how these tilt down? Okay, home ownership 101. All roofs leak. They're designed to shed water faster than they accept it. Okay, all walls leak. Brick is porous. That's why we have weep holes. It's designed to shed water faster than they take it. Most of the time, water vapor comes out of here. Most of the time, water, most of the time you don't see water. You might see water if you have an event. I've seen an event. Here and now, I'm trying to get a measurement here. I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see this windowsill. Is that 2 degrees? No, it's 1 degree. It's supposed to be a minimum of 2 degree pitch. Home ownership 101. All roofs leak, all walls leak, all windows, fenestrations. Fenestrations is what they're called. I think that's French for hole in your wall. They're designed to shed water. That's what these weep holes are for. To let water out. Because the window's designed to keep inside dry and outside wet. So when the water does come out these weeps, it just sits here. Brick is porous. This window ledge should be adjusted. It's easy. They just take the bricks out. They got brickies here. That's what they call them in Australia, brickies. They've got masons here. That's a stretch too. Okay, but anyway, they got brickers. They got guys that can do that. And get some pitch. See, these have pitch. These have good pitch on them. Okay. So where are we at here? Let me go around. It's my method. The guest quarters window ledge doesn't have enough pitch on it. That's how I do it. I take a recording. These are weep holes. It's designed to shed water faster than they accept it. And over here, this interesting little guy. That's your fresh air induction vent for your air conditioning system, because this is a tight house. You've got asphalt shingles on the roof. You've got radiant barriers on the plywood. You got 13 inches of loose fill fiberglass insulation. You've got vinyl double pane windows and doors. This is a very tight home. Very well insulated for the most part. I haven't done the interior infrared yet, but we will. So we had to bring fresh air in so that you don't develop sick house syndrome. So this air comes in and it goes in on the return side, and it goes through and gets the air conditioned, and so the house always has a certain amount of fresh air inside of it. In some parts of the country, they don't like screens on these, but we don't like birds. In this part of the country, we got a lot more birds than we have freezing, driving rain, which, by the way, the structure faces north. Most of our fronts come from Seattle, so this is pretty much protected from freezing, driving rain, any that we might get. And we're getting less and less, it seems like. That's another topic. Okay, well, since I'm here, try not to pass over too much work. There we go. Childproof. GFCI protected. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Sliding doors. Now, depending on your lifestyle or what, but we do have a track in here. We have a track up here. Yeah. And a stop. See the stop right there? So you could put sliding screen doors here. You could do that. These columns. What does brick do? It's porous. What do we put around it? Weep holes. Any water that gets inside these columns, stays there. They don't have any weeps. No weep holes around the patio columns. Moving on along. Fence. If you build a fence wrong, they only last about 14 years. If you build a fence perfect, they only last about 14 years. That's about how long the material lasts. And you might get 20 years out of a fence. You might get longer. I hope so. We're going to talk about this in a minute. But the valve is bent. The stem is bent and the handle's missing. So, but we're on the exterior walls part. We're supposed to have, code says 4. Most inspection books, they teach you this stuff. They say 6 inches between the ground and the brickwork. As a matter of fact, code says 4. And then 6 inches for the wood. So see how this wood siding, this is the only wood siding I've seen, I can remember seeing. This is the master bedroom window. We're on the east wall. And that should have been trimmed up higher. You probably never have a problem with it. I don't know. It's up to you. It's up to you, but it should have been trimmed up higher. And then over here, over this window, because we do not have brick over this window, I mean these are trimmed out differently. But see the way this window comes out flush to the wall? We should have Z-bar flashing. Z-bar flashing right in there. So we don't have Z-bar flashing, and it's too close to the wall. How about that? So we're just like rolling through here. Master bathroom window does not have Z-bar flashing, and the siding is too close to the wall. Coming on along. Not too much in the way of movement. Not too much movement at all. Now, we do have some parge coat around the foundation perimeter. See where this tilts in here? See that? Brick's not supposed to hang over more than 1/3 of its width. They've come in and they've patched all this side of the foundation. You can kind of see how the parge coat's cracking. See that? So is that going to support the brick very well? I don't know. Doesn't look like it is. Doesn't look like it is. Oh, there's some cracks right there. This is too soon. It'll be like 7 years. But termites. they like to take advantage of this parge coat. It's like a cake frosting. And there's voids behind the parging and the foundation perimeter, and they can enter your house. That's their motto. That's their operandi, moda operandi. That's how they come in undetected. So, but I can't measure whether this brick actually hung over more than 1/3 of its width because we have the parge coat there. That's something to make note of. Making notes. East side of the house, the parge coating is cracking, where apparently the brick extends out past the foundation perimeter. That's what I'm going to write. This is not a termite treatment. The house is probably treated. If they did this, there's no doubt that it's reasonable to assume that the house has had a preventative treatment, or they used boride on the framing members. Maybe they cheaped out. I don't know. But this is not for wood destroying insects. It's not for termites. This is for roaches and spiders and beetles, bugs like that. If this was a wood destroying insect report, it's not. This wood mulch, okay, next to the foundation, that's conducive to wood destroying insects. Everybody's got it. I got it at home. My wife likes it. But anyway, trees should not be closer to the foundation than 25 feet. They shouldn't have been placed that close. I know this is a little crepe myrtle. It's decorative. It's a kitten. But that kitten's going to grow up. It's going to grow up to be a big old nasty tomcat. He will. You just watch. Wait and see. Coming on along. I'm looking. I found it. I keep looking. Well, that's called checking, but it looks like it's checking where they've been hammering a nail right there. This is the front entry, your front portico. This is the entrance to your home. When everybody walks up here, they're going to be just looking right up at that. They are. You know, you're going to have some jealous relatives. And be just too eager to point that out to you. Now over here where this comes down, if you look up, see how that flashing sticks out like that a little bit? That's called a kick-out flashing. We don't have kick-out flashing right here. What's to keep the water from spilling onto the wall? Nothing. Nothing's going to keep it from spilling on the wall. Oh, it's not? No. This rain gutter butted up next to the wall. There's supposed to be a 1/2-inch gap between the rain gutter and the wall. And then you have the kick-out flashing. So this is just waiting. Just waiting for some fun. This one up here, same way. Rain gutter's butting up next to it. Do we have kick-out flashing up there? No, we don't have kick-out flashing up there. We don't have it at all. Don't have it there, don't have it there. Let's see. Is that butting up next to the wall? Yeah, it's butting up next to the wall. We have kick-out flashing there? No, we don't have kick-out flashing. Is that butting up next to the wall? Yeah. Do we have kick-out flashing here? No, we don't have kick-out flashing there. We don't. Moving on along. See, this takes water far enough away. This is supposed to extend 6 inches. I'm going to come back and measure that. It might be. It might be. But 6 inches, not 5. Not 5. Sealed. Nothing real exciting going on here. You're going to hear about this 2 or 3 times. We're missing our vacuum breaker over there. These drip hoses, they can be exposed like this. This is a lawn sprinkler system. They can be exposed, but if they're exposed, they're supposed to be anchored every 12 inches. Not every 16. Moving on along, the electrical, we already talked about the grounding rod. Air conditioner is just kicking. We're going to talk about the water heater drain lines are too high. We are. We're going to have a special video for that. And then here, we've passed a couple of them already. You see this line? It's a control joint. Some people call them expansion joints. Call it what you will. But when this wall is this long, and we're in North Texas, it's going to move. Just like the street. You see those lines out in the street? Because they expect the street to move. This way, hopefully, the cracking doesn't go this way. It just moves along that line. Call it a control joint. Expansion joint. Call it what you will. But you have them. You have them. I would have called it out if you didn't. But you do. This is the west side of the roof. I'm going to see if I can walk that. I think that'll be my next video.